YouTube, come on, man. A second video. Hold on a second. Are we back? We gonna wait for a few more videos to say we back. But right now, man, it's another video for y'all. Y'all win with this one. Center video, man. I have like 8 or 9 builds, so we're gonna run through some position videos over the next however many days. But I'm in here with my man Jovan. We get a couple randoms, a computer. Let's see what shakes out. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like the video, subscribe, tell your friends to tell their friends, comment, all that stuff. If you like what you see from my build, you know we should give you a build video about this center. This is a LaMarcus Aldridge, Wilt Chamberlain hybrid 7-footer. It's not a popper, but it can shoot the midi pretty well. It's got like an 84 midi or something like that. And then like 92 standing dunks, so you know we're stick dunking that paint. Just good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna talk about obviously playing center in the rec. We see a good little 4-on-4 action here. And I see I got a 6-7 matchup. Be sure to use this tab before the games, man. See what your matchup's good at. See what his strengths are. I'm seeing, okay, this guy's strong. This is basically a lockdown build that can rebound. It's a freaky little like power forward stage build type of thing. I said, okay, well, I got a height advantage here. Let's get busy in that paint. I see this. I'm not popping midi. I don't plan on that this game. I see a 6-7. I'm getting downhill and getting freaky. Here we go. We're going to hit computer early. We know computer does not miss shots in NBA 2K24. They just knock down everything. But we're starting early. Right, and you know, the downfall of guarding a 6-7 is obviously he's going to space the floor, and I got to play relatively kind of hunkered down, very disciplined, so I'm not going to be able to protect the paint as much as I want to. I love when I'm on my center and I play against other inside centers, so I can protect the rim, play some good drop defense. Right here, they caught me slacking, but he pump faked. It's going to be tough for me. You know, I still want to help. I do want to make the defense think. I don't want to just hug the corner shooter, but I also don't want to just drop every play. So we got to mix it up a little bit, be incorrect sometimes. Look at that stick dunk. We stick dunking early. I see it sweet in that paint. I'm going to work. Yeah, so, I mean, we know, like I don't want to drop every play, and I don't want to just hug. I got to make them think a little bit. You know, when you make them think and you play a little loosey sometimes, you're going to make the wrong decision sometimes. But it doesn't mean change the way you play. It just means change some of your timings up a little bit, some of your habits, some of your, you know, some of your, what should I say? You know, yeah, some of your habits, some of your timings, some of your baits, the way you bait a little bit. We're down in the paint right now. Nothing here, nothing going. 6-3 game, though. We're chilling. You know, when I play against a popper, I'm seeing, you know, oh, yeah, look at that rebound. I'm a stallion. I'm a horse. Here we go to the paint. Knock down 3. Yep, there it is. But, yeah, for this game, you know, I'm going to try to play rather disciplined. I'm going to try to give up as few threes as possible, but I'm not going to hug like, oh, look at that dot. Oh, I just got dottied. Just got dottied. But yeah, you know, so I'm going to give up some threes. You know, it's what it is. Look at that. Little dunky. Just a nice little regular dunk. Nice and easy. I recommend when you're playing center, man, listen, you're one of those last lines of defense, you and the power forward. You want to take risks on defense, but you don't want to be careless, especially if you're on a big center, a 7-footer. You don't have steal. You don't have a lot of perimeter. Let's not do too many risky things. Like, I'm not going to reach. Me personally, you know I love to reach on my other builds. I love to gamble a lot. But on center, I like to play a little more disciplined. I don't want to reach out of position and give free points. So, you know, I'm going to play a little more disciplined, a little more fundamentally sound. I'm not going to gamble a lot. You're going to see me on my player moving in and out, in and out. I'm not going to play crazy. You know, on my point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, all other 4 positions, I'm moving like a wacko. I'm moving crazy. I'm going crazy. Look at me go. Ooh, I was thinking about getting crazy. This build is nice, though. It fits my play style personally. I like to freak it in the mid-range. Look at this. I get my head under the hoop, stick dunk. I'm telling you, 92 standing dunk. Y'all got to try this out if y'all haven't. Y'all know the stick dunking's OP. I know y'all already know that. Since I've been gone, y'all seen this firsthand. And if you haven't, now you know. If you get your head under that basketball hoop, I don't care if there's 2 or 3 people around you. If your head is under that hoop, stick dunk it. Up, down, green it. No problem at all. I mean, you see me right now. I'm just playing a fundamental game, man. Just nice and fundamental. I'm going to set a couple screens. My buddy's going to go right out of bounds. You know what happens, man. You slap an analog stick around Paul. You know, you doing these dribble moves. And you dribble out of bounds. Stuff happens. Here we go. And look, we give up a back cut. This team, throughout the game, you can see they like to cut a lot. So they're going to put me in a tough predicament where I might have to gamble in 50-50 and, you know, try to block some shots and leave sometimes. Look at that look at that. Nice and easy fundamentals right there. I'm under the hoop. I don't care who's around. We are stick dunking. If there's no 7-footers around me, it's just 6'7s and 6'8s, I got to go up. I got to go up. I'm not reaching. I have a low steal, man. I'm not reaching out of the play and letting him get an open one. We're boxing out. When you're at center, man, you gotta. It's a very basic position. It's a very fundamental position, but you can do a lot of things. You know, you can play a lot of ways. You could be a shooting center. You can be a facilitating center. You could be a lot of ways. My build's got some ball handling on it. It's got high pass act, stuff like that. I like to play like the Sabonis type of role with that LaMarcus Aldridge midi, though. Yeah, no. You know, I like to get the basketball off the defensive glass and bring it up the floor and make a read looking for cutters while they're off balance and they're not set up on defense. I like to catch the ball on the top of the key instead of just coning it where I'm just resetting every single play. You know, fake a little pass fake and to the rack with it. You know, I like to mix it up a little bit. You'll see that later. Like, I like to mix it up, but right now I'm staying fundamentally sound. Just doing I see my defenders playing ultra high. When you're setting screens for point guards, fellas, hold that screen, and if you see your defender that's guarding you stepping up above that 3-point line where you're setting that screen, you got to be able to slippy. You got to be able to do the techniques with the right trigger and the analog stick, and you got to hit a little slip. We're going to roll out. We're going to slip. Try to get good position. Oh, board. End of the quarter, I get blocked. That's fine. Good quarter. My job here, I see, like, when you use the pregame thing, you see, like, I saw a 6'7", I'm like, okay, I got to dominate the glass. That's my role this game. Your role can differ game to game as a center. I see they have undersized player. I see they have a shooting sniper on their team, basically. Okay, I'm not going to drop as much. I might not get 3-4 blocks like I like to get when I'm guarding an inside center and I can protect the rim. Instead, I'm playing a little more fundamentally sound, and I'm crashing the boards ultra aggressively. But you see, like I said, there's not much explaining to do with the center position as much as just showing you. Like, just watch the way my player moves, watch the spacing, watch the technique, you know. Technique. I'm down here boxing out. I mean, it's like center, you know, you're the back line of defense. That's the most important part. And you know, center's like to each his own thing. You can be fundamentally sound. You can just be a rebound and pass center, a rebound and kick the ball out type of center. Look at me, I'm getting the board. Look at that board. Get down there, get good dominant position, get your head under that hoop, and be ready to time that jump up and meet the ball at the apex. You see that ball come off the rim, right when that ball hits the rim, get that jump in there, get good timing on it. Meet the ball at the apex. But yeah, like I said, center is to each his own position. Like I said, some people are offensive centers, some people have very defensive centers, some people pop, some people play inside, some people are post scorers. It's really to each his own. Like, it's not one style of play, and in general, I mean, that is like that for a lot of positions. But for the most part, to me, the only necessity for a center is you want to be able to protect the rim. That's very, very important. Sometimes centers come out here and they have all offense, and they don't even come strapped with any type of protection. You come in with no protection. Pause that, you know, but you got no protection out here. Players love to drive the hoop, shoot floaters, zero step, dunk. Like, you can get real creative at the rim this year. So, I mean, you got to be, like, it drives me nuts when the center doesn't come in and he can't protect the rim. Like, it just drives me crazy. Be able to protect the rim and have a little bit of rebounding. You don't need crazy rebounding. I don't want to see 99. We don't need that. But if that's your style of play, you better be grabbing 20 rebounds a game. You know, my build's got like 93 offensive rebound or defensive rebound. And we get rebounds with just elite positioning. You can have 85, 90 rebound, but have great position abilities where you know where to put yourself. You know how to box out. You know how to be positioned when shots are going up. That you can get away with that. But you know, like I said, to each his own. But like I say, get like at least a 93 rebound on offense or defense so you can get that half box out beast. That's important. Half box out beast. You know, you can worm your defenders with the analog sticks, pushing to the side either or when you're boxed out with that half box out beast. And then also you holding that L2, boxing out, not letting people worm out your box outs. I think the basic fundamental things with a center build this year. You know, I would say if you're a real offensive predominant player with 3-ball and stuff like that, I'd say minimum you want is like 84 strength. But if you're a big fella, you're a true inside center, maybe with like my build with some mid-range, 90 strength, 92 strength, stuff like that is going to do the job for you. And look, I get dotted again. Good pass by the guard there on the cut. 27-23. We're just going to stay fundamentally sound here. Ooh, I got it. Baited. If I was a fish, I'd be dead, man. Yeah, that was a good defensive play by him. I thought maybe he was just gonna blindly, dumb style, just run down to the paint. But he baited me good. I was trying to get my man Javon involved with a free 3. It didn't work out. But yeah, the fundamentals for center, man, I'd say bare minimum 84 strength. I recommend 90 strength at least. They're gonna be dribbling the ball though. See, I'm looking for a cutter. I don't get a cutter. That's fine. Everybody stand still. That's okay. I'd say bare minimum 84 strength. I recommend 90 strength. I recommend probably at least 90 rebounding, 93 rebounding, safe, 92, 93. I like 93 for the half box out beast. You wanna have at least, like, I don't have a lot of interior on my player, but I got block. So I'm here to block some shots as well. I move at decent. Look at that. Like, come on, man. I'm here to punt. I only got a silver anchor, but it's enough to protect the rim. And if you're smart with how you can test shots, we could do a video on how I block a lot of shots. I'm a very good shot blocker. How to time things. How to just know how to position yourself. And how to know what block animation to use. You know, there's aggressive blocks, there's standard blocks, and there's vertical contests. And people don't even know stuff like that. But you can learn stuff like that. And the way you're defending the rim and how they're driving to the rim or what they're doing, what kind of moves they're doing, can determine which contest you want to use. A lot of times, if I'm already positioned in the paint, I'm using the vertical contest a lot of times. Or just a standard block, which the vertical contest, you know, at least how I do it, I believe this is how it works. This is how I've always been doing it. It works well for me. It's like you hold L2, you push away from the defender, and you you hold L2 and basically tap the jump button, hold the stick away. I do stuff like that. My player be just jumping straight up, 2 hands in the air. You know, you got your holding turbo jump blocks where you're really trying to get some chase down action, stuff like that. Yeah, for the most part, I'm very conservative. I get to that paint, I be just holding L2, pushing the stick away, and just tapping triangle. And I'd be very conservative with that block when I'm in position. That's a smart thing. I don't draw fouls. I force them to get out of their dunk animation, stuff like that. But look at the stat line here. 10 points, 11 boards, 2 assists. I'm not doing anything flashy. This isn't one of my flashier games. This is just a nice fundamental game. You know, I'm guarding a shooter. I got to limit him from hitting threes because the team who makes more threes most of the time wins games. Making threes wins games a lot of time and not turn the ball over and rebound. And I don't want to give up a lot of threes. I could be that guy that drops too much and I could give up 4 or 5 threes and a half. That wouldn't have been good for me. But blocking shots, stuff like that, listen, I'll tell you, you either want to jump very early or very late. I'd say to get blocks, you want to anticipate them leaving. If you're in the corner and you see somebody coming off of a pick real fast and you know they're a dunker, you want to meet them there and jump. You want to be aggressive jumping in the air, holding turbo while like they're just leaving that first foot. You should already be in the air before they even jump. You should beat them in the air. And that's how you get a lot of blocks. You block them on the way up. When they're on the way up with their dunks, whether you're guarding standing dunks or driving dunks. Oh, look at it. I'm under the hoop. Tried the stick dunk. Got a layup. That's nice. You want to anticipate it, and you want to beat them to being in the air. You want to beat them to the high point of the jump, basically. And you'll get a lot of blocks while they're cranking the ball up to dunk the ball. You'll get a lot of those nice, easy blocks. If you're late to the play, if you see somebody driving, you're a little bit late, you want to jump when they're kind of on their way down with a dunk, and you can take them out of their animation quite often. They will call fouls. I'd say like a 30-40% of the time they'll call some fouls on that, but you will take away that dunk by jumping late and kind of running your body into their body with the jump. And that's, like I said, if you show up late to the dunk and you realize you're getting there late, you want to meet them on the way down and kind of beat them in front of the rim. You want to jump late but get in front of the rim so you meet them there and pull them out of that dunk animation. So a decent amount of time, it'll force them into a missed layup animation. So yeah, but for the most part, what I do blocking shots is when I see people that like driving dunk, getting open lane, like kind of like right there, you know, I want to beat them there early, and I want to jump early. I want to jump, and I want to be in that air, up in the sky, right when they're kind of leaving off their left foot or whatever, going up to dunk. Right here, you see me right now. I'm getting good box out position. Getting back to the game here in the second half. It's a 9-point game. We're taking care of business right now for the most part. It's on the edge of them bringing it closer and us blowing it out of the water. Still just a fundamental game for me. I'm not doing crazy things. I'm not shooting my post fades I like to shoot. I'm not shooting any... I shoot spin jumpers on this build too, believe it or not. Spin jumpers, post hops, post fades, pull-ups, fadeaways. Like, I'm not doing any of that stuff that sometimes I do have to get into if it's a tough game and my team's not scoring the ball. I can get into a bag. You see that right there, though? I see my defender. As soon as I see his foot touch over that three-point line, I'm gone. If he's higher than where I'm setting that screen at, I'm gone. I'm rolling out. I'm getting there. And, I mean, well, like I was saying, I'm just like, I'm not going crazy. I see my guards are fine scoring that ball, and I see my defender stepping up a lot. And the way we're going to find success is me just positioning myself under the rim and slipping these screens really fast and effectively. We don't need me to shoot the post hops this game. We don't need the post fades. We don't need the fadeaways. We just don't need that bag right now. We don't need me to dribble the ball crazy and do nutty things. That's why, like, game to game, look at this. I'm in good position, stick dunk. Up, down on the stick, I get my mamba, now it's time to dominate. Anytime you can catch that ball and you set them 2 feet under that rim and your head is under the hoop and they're deeper under there, they're under, like, the heel of the rim, under the backboard, auto stick dunk. If your head's under that rim, it's stick dunk time, no matter what. Like I said, you want to have like a 92 standing dunk for that. That's what you want to get to. Look at me. I'm contesting. I'm trusting my teammates to box out and get in a good position. Now it's time for me to run the court here. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to post up here. Matchup switched. He wants to double. I'm going to just bounce pass it out to the computer. Easy, easy money. I tried to flash it there. I got a bounce pass. I just noticed the matchup stuff like that. Like, sometimes, like, for me, you know, I'm not getting in a crazy bag this game, but like when I'm at center and I catch the ball, I like the right there. I saw I was getting there a little late, so I did try to do that late, kind of late jump into their body technique. It didn't work. This game was, like I said, this game's weird. I'm not getting any blocks this game. So dang, what an air ball. Because I'm just in a weird spot. I'm guarding basically a pure sharpshooter in the corner. I'm not focused on blocks this game. I'm just thinking about team winning and us getting the stops. I'm not thinking about what my stats of steals or blocks or stuff like that. You know, this wasn't a game where I'm blocking a lot, but if I show you my card, if I show you my player card and how many blocks we got, I be getting a lot of blocks, okay? Believe me when I tell you. Right now, I'm just playing a fundamentally sound game. I got high pass act on my build. I got like an 86 pass act, so that's why you see me throwing some bullets down the field, throwing some nice Patty Holmes down the field, just some nice missiles. And right here, we're up 50-38 now, and the team, I think their team's starting to crumble a little bit. I got 16, 4, and 14. Fronting some inbounds with my hands up. We're going to get back here. Yeah, you see, I've been limiting my matchup. I've seen he can hit threes. He's got a solid jump shot. He's already knocked down a couple. I don't want to allow him to shoot threes. Now you see their team seemingly giving up here. If y'all looked at the last video, if y'all didn't watch the last video, I should say, check the link in the description for that and go check that out. It was on forward build. You can see a reason why you shouldn't give up when the leads are like this. Still another quarter left. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. Check out the last video. Links in the description. How to play forward in the rec, and you'll see why you don't give up. But you see us. I'm not gonna allow that to happen. I'm here dominating. I got my Mamba. Little in-out action. Good entry by Javon. Nice dunk there. When you got your takeover and you got stuff and your players got, like, say you pop Mamba, when you're in that paint, your player's gonna give a little forearm shiver to the defender. Get a little physical with him. Make sure you go up with it after you do that, man. You'll draw a foul or dunk it every time. Very simple. 55-38, kind of blowing the game out the water now at this point. 18-5 and 16. You see, I haven't done nothing crazy yet. Just doing the fundamental big man stuff. I'm playing more like a Wilt Chamberlain role this game than LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm not getting in the offensive bag crazy. I'm just playing fundamentally sound. You know, I've been rambling, talking about a lot of stuff, but if you're just watching and focusing on the game, you see it's just good fundamental stuff. I'm not gambling at all. I see my team's doing, like, this was just a good team effort overall from everybody, to the point where I don't have to play hero ball. I'm capable of playing hero ball, and I know what I can do. But if your team's doing their jobs, we're defending pretty well, we're making shots, we're getting open looks, you know, sometimes some games you gotta tone it down and just star in a smaller role. Like right now, I'm just being massively effective, just simply crashing the boards, boxing out, getting second chance rebounds, flying to the rim. I'll tell you one thing, man, with offensive rebounds, if you make a build of offensive rebound, oh, look at this. Nice dump off there. I'm just going to stick dunk it. Just take my time. Set the pupper. Stick dunk. Good little drop off. I'll tell you, man, like, if you just watching the game, you just see the fundamentals, like I said, grabbing the rebounds. What was I going to say? I was going to say crashing the offensive rebound. Some people are blind, they blindly run just towards the hoop when they're going to crash for offensive rebounds. So you can be really effective. Run those little routes around them. You'll see people trying to box out, like the center just kind of... A lot of people don't box out effectively. They just stand in a spot and hold L2 and hope you run into them. Kind of keep an eye out when you see shots go up. Look at this rebound. My head's under the hoop. I'm going up. Yep, stick dunk. Free cheese. Nice free board. Free dunk. When you're in those positional offensive rebounds and you're running to the hoop, really focus on, like, you see somebody on your team shoot, focus on the guy in front of you and running a route around him. You have enough time while the ball's in the air to run a little route. Don't just run aimlessly into box outs. Same thing just in general, like, run a little route. And if you see a big man, I'll say this for, like, if you're a power forward offensive rebound, you see your center down there offensive rebound or defensive rebounding, and you see a fellow teammate covering some ground on right in a spot, fill in some empty space there in that paint. Run a little route and fill in that empty space. And oh yeah, look at me to the rim. Fill in empty space. It's really just about taking up space on rebounds and getting the empty spots and just kind of having instinctual know-how of where the ball is gonna go, seeing it in the air, the trajectory, it's just stuff like that. Like I said, if you see people in certain positions, don't just run into a crowd of people. Don't just run into a crowd of people. Run a little route, find a nice open space in that paint area, and get to a nice spot where you can create an offensive rebound opportunity for yourself. A lot of people, you know, rebounding, like, you can have good rebounding games, but you can really elevate your rebounding by how you run your routes into the paint, trying to track down a rebound. Right there, you see me getting boxed out. I mean, there is no running routes around Computer. Computer is the fundamentalist. They know what they're doing when boxing out. They hover. Here I go, here, a little spin. Ooh, I'm trying to get in my bag. This is that bag I'm unleashing here for, like, I'm starting to unleash that bag of tricks now. I get a little freaky. Yeah, I mean, when you're playing against users, I'll say, and you're playing Pro-Am, Park, anything like that, when you're going for offensive rebounds, like I said, don't just aimlessly run into people, man. I'm telling you, you can really cause havoc by really locking in and keying in on routes you run while going to the paint, because running around a crowd of people and stuff like that, and not just watching the rebound, say on the defensive side of it, not just watching it, putting some cheeks on somebody, pause, and yeah, look at this board. There's that fade I was talking about. There's that. I get the entry pass. I don't like what I see. My players got good ball handling and good speed with ball, so I kind of burst out there and shoot that. Look, I got gold midi magician, silver deadeye. My build's tough, man. It didn't get the full exposure this game of what it's capable of, but I promise you it's tough. Look at this free dunk stick. Ugh. 32, 5, and 19. I probably have at least 10 offensive rebounds. You see me just getting into an advantageous spot versus an undersized team and just doing good things. Basically, in general, man, when you're playing center in the rec, like I said, to each his own. There's a lot of different play styles, a lot of different build variations. But in general, man, be able to rebound, be able to protect that rim for your team against the driving teams, and identify what kind of point guard you have. I say that's a very important thing. If you made it this far in the video, I'll say that's a very important thing. Hop step, quick pass to Joe, that's a free one. Identify what kind of point guard you have. If he's kind of like a motion offense, like a freelance point guard where he just kind of runs around, looks for cuts, looks for like kind of just a nice, like a point guard that just doesn't play in crazy structure. So you don't have to set him screens all the time. If you see other teammates setting a lot of screens, go ahead and just go somewhere else. A lot of times if you see, like, I know you're the center, your job is to set the screen, but if you see your shooting guard and your power forward setting screens and they're not budging about what they're doing with that in that situation, remove yourself from the situation. Go down to a spot where you can be advantageous, like being on the block. Okay, I'll go dunker spot. I'll go stand on the block, crash old board, stuff like that. Just kind of identify situations, identify the spacing, identify weak points in the defense of the other team. And just like I said, identifying what kind of point guard you have is important. If you see your point guard is a real saucy point guard, where he's really mixing, he's dribbling well, stuff like that, go up there, hold that screen for him, let him work until you see your defender step up high. That's when you start slipping to the hoop, and that's when you start getting your points. But in general, man, as a center, I think just being an aid to everybody, man. You can really just look at that steal. And I'm gonna take this midi out, like, smooth little jumper, man. I'm telling you, this build's tough. I got one missed shot, and that was at the end of the first quarter when I got blocked. And that was like end of shot clock, so they knew I was going up. I knew I was going up. Stuff like that. It was the end of the quarter. 34, 6, and 20. Not, like I said, I'm not doing crazy stuff, but I got crazy numbers. I'm not forcing it. I'll just say I'm playing in rhythm. I'm playing in the flow of the game. And it's as simple as that. So basically, we recap right here before the end of the game. Identify what kind of point guards you have. Identify the spacing on the floor. Defensively, before the game, identify if you're guarding a pop center or if you're guarding an inside center. It changes a lot. If you're guarding an inside center, playing that drop defense, kind of like a Brook Lopez, kind of like a big, slower center, a drop defense where you can protect the rim. And like, if you have a good defender that can dodge screens and stuff like that, and you're playing against a point guard that's not Steph Curry, he's not producing crazy buckets behind the three-point line, that drop defense is very helpful. You're playing cuts for your teammates. You're cutting off a lot of paint action, which people love to dunk, shoot floater, stuff like that. But if you're guarding a sharpshooter, try not to allow a crazy amount of threes, but do not play basic defense. Do not play scared. Do not just play easy to read where they know you're either hugging or know you're leaving every play. You want to mix it up, man. Sometimes you're going to give up a dunk. Sometimes you're going to give up a dunk. Sometimes you're going to give up, sometimes you're going to give up a three ball. It's going to happen. If you can give up, like, at max 4 3-pointers in the game as the center, and you're effectively protecting the rim, you're effectively causing commotion, I would say, ruckus for the other team, that's fine. But you don't want to get your team sprayed where you're giving up 7, 8, 9 threes and you're putting your team in a hole. I mean, look at this game. I only allowed 2 threes. I could have honestly played a little more careless, but we played good team defense. They didn't need me to play that careless. But man, let me tell you something, guys. We're back right now. I won't say it's like something crazy, but I'm motivated right now to make some videos for y'all. I'm enjoying playing the game right now. I have a lot of builds, probably more builds on the way. I appreciate everybody for staying tuned, man. Showing love to the last video. Wow, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out and really still staying tuned and supporting a lot of day ones, I'll say, that got us here. If you're new to the channel, tell your friends about it. Sub up, like the videos, comment. Let's check the check the description for the Twitter, the Twitch. The Twitch is where we be streaming at sometimes. And, you know, just stay in touch, man. Check out the Twitter, Pariah2K, stuff like that. But we'll see y'all in the next video. Maybe a guard video for y'all. Y'all be easy, man. Appreciate y'all for hanging around. Stay strong.